Selling your house at Warner Robins, especially in this current real estate market, is going to be a little bit tricky because there's not nearly as many houses on the market, but there's also not as many buyers. So the market overall is kind of slow. So this is where your price is going to be a strategy in itself to get this house sold for the best price in the time that you want. And we're going to talk about that now. So if you're ready to list your house and ready to talk numbers and see what we can get your house sold for, reach out to me and we'll come up with a game plan that best fits your scenario. So when we list your house, I try not to tell you what a pinpoint accurate to the penny price should be for listing your house. Rather, what I do is sit down with you as a team and we go over some of the houses that are most comparable to your house. And from that, we see what houses similar to yours in your neighborhood and in that section of town, because even one street over can make a difference between a $200,000 house and a $220,000 house. So we look at the most comparable houses and see what buyers and sellers are coming together on, and then from that point we come up with a range of what houses are selling for depending on how close they are to yours. One may have a pool, one may not. One may have a screened in back patio. One may have an extended driveway. So even though your house is in a neighborhood where all the houses are the same 2 or 3 floor plans, there are still little nuances that can make a difference by $5,000 or $10,000. And we take that into account. From that point, we take that range and we come up with our pricing strategy. Now there's 2 ways we can do this pricing strategy. Of course, the high side. On the high side, which most people want to go with because they assume that buyers are going to come in and try to lowball them or try to get a discount. So they want to go ahead and price it high. That's a common strategy. At the same time, pricing the high side of the range of what your house will sell for is what we call testing the market. So when we price your house on the high side, you can probably expect a few less buyers to come in and make offers, and it may take a little bit longer for the house to sell. Now let's look at pricing the house on the lower side. More times than not, if the average price point for your house is around $200,000 to $230,000 and we price it around $205,000, $210,000, somewhere that's competitive to the other houses that are actively trying to sell. Now keep in mind, you're competing against them. So your price has to match what you're offering. And if you price your house competitively, people are going to get attracted to that and they're more likely to come out and see the house. The more people see the house, the more likely we are to get offers. And once we get more than one offer, we have a multi-offer scenario and we can go back to those buyers and say, hey, we've got more than one offer. We need you to come back with your highest and best and see who is going to get this house. From that point, it becomes a bidding war. And who wins with a bidding war? You do. Great. So with that being said, once we get a bidding war started, then the price is going to go up to what the current market will support. So it's in the price range that you are willing to accept, and the house got an offer a lot faster than if we had put it on the high side and waited for the more enthusiastic buyers to find us. Now there is one more variable that you might need to consider when listing your Warner Robins house on the market for sale. Is the real estate market climbing or is it falling? Now right now, as of this video, it's kind of leaning towards a little bit of a correction, meaning that prices are holding steady for as long as they can, but it's taking 40 to 50 days to get an average house on contract. At the same time, buyers are kind of holding off for a little bit better deal, and there's not as many players in the game as there once was. Normally, the Middle Georgia area has a real estate market inventory of about 1,500, 1,800 houses at any given point, which means we have a 3 or 4 month inventory. Right now, we're running around 500 to 600 houses in a given area, so we're down to about a 1 month inventory. So once you know what the market is doing, you're going to want to price your house ahead of the curve. So if it is in the climbing market, yeah, hey, you get to price it a little bit higher and wait for the trend to come up to you. which shouldn't take long if it's in a climbing trend. On the other side, for better or for worse, if it is a downward trend, it would be best to get ahead of that trend, get your house priced competitively, and get it sold. Otherwise, if you try to do the top of the range and don't get any buyers, then you end up chasing the market tail all the way to the bottom. So let me ask you, would you rather go ahead and price it a little bit less and get it sold now, or try to price it too high and end up following it all the way down and losing 15-20% of the value of the house? So if you have time to test the market and see if it'll push that way, then great. If not, it might be a better idea to put the price point on the lower side of the range. That way you're more competing with the surrounding area and other houses that are for sale. And then when people see your house, it looks like a better deal. We get more buyers coming in, and when more buyers coming in, we get more offers. That way you get the most for your house in a shorter amount of time. So when you're ready to list your house, reach out to me and we'll come up with a game plan that best fits your scenario. And I'll talk to you on the next one.